We've completed the Stitch Tack Snacks collection. Friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I'm a Disney plush collector from the UK. So happy Friday, I hope you've all had a great week so far. I am here with my ranking of the Stitch Tack Snacks collection. I did promise that I would do this like near the end of December, and then it got moved to January, and then it got kicked out of January. I'm hoping this goes up in February, but who knows at this point. I should also say, if this video goes up on the date it's supposed to, it's actually a month until my birthday today. I am so excited. I've already had some of my presents early, but I just wanted to share that with you, that it's a month to go until my birthday. But I'm here with my ranking of both Stitch and Angel. If you don't know what the Stitch Tack Snacks collection is, it started at the beginning of 2024 with just 12 stitches that would be released every month, and they would be holding a different snack that is sold in the parks each month. But then in April they decided to add Angel. Now there wouldn't be a January, February or March Angel. They just decided that they would add her in, which really frustrated me as a collector because I am a completist. So to have 9 Angels and 12 stitches is really frustrating to me. However, that is how they wanted to do it, and I think it was a big telltale sign that there wasn't going to be a monthly plush collection for us this year in 2025. A lot of people hoped that there would be. There were rumours circulating that there was going to be, but we've just got the Winnie the Pooh pin collection, which I did really want to collect, but I've got no wall space to put the pin board. It's really expensive and I don't want to tie myself down to spending that much on pins every month, because even though that is the going rate for pins, I think £25 for 2 pins is really expensive, unfortunately. I did actually buy one singular set of these pins recently just because I needed to qualify for free shipping or something, and I thought I could keep some and trade some. So I got the Dole Whip set because I really love the Dole Whip set, spoiler alert, but they always had an Angel in the collection, so I think it's hard to say whether they wanted to do Angel Attack Snacks the year after because really they couldn't do the pins again, or whether they intended to do Angel from the beginning and didn't have her ready. But either way, this is probably the worst executed monthly collection they've ever done, and that's saying something because Decades was bi-monthly and they still managed to cock that one up. If you didn't see my ranking of the Decades collection, I will leave a card up above, but the headlines are: the UK didn't even get the 3rd one. Still to this day, they've never had the 3rd one. They would miss a month and not communicate it, so then you'd get 2 back to back when really you should have had a month's gap between the 2 of them. And they didn't really announce when the next one was coming. And they actually started to do that with Stitch Tack Snacks as well. Towards the end, they stopped telling you when the next one was, which meant that every Monday and Friday, I was just checking the Disney Store website, which I haven't stopped doing. But I think it's really interesting that the pins always had Angel, even in the months where an Angel plush didn't exist. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to rank the Angels first, because obviously there's less of them and it won't give you a clear indication of what my Stitch ranking is going to be, as with these kind of things where they're exactly the same, like with Minnie Mouse the Main Attraction and Mickey Mouse the Main Attraction, my rankings can be very, very similar sometimes. So I'm going to start with the Angels, and then we're going to do the Stitches, and then we're going to try and display them. So if you remember where I kept my Decades plushes, and if you don't, I will leave a card up above. They are now in the loft because I'm hoping that I can fit all of these plushes on that shelf. If I can't, the Decades plushes are probably coming back down, I'm not going to lie, but we'll see if we can fit them all on that shelf. So I'm actually just going to quickly show them to you in order before we start ranking them. So we've got the first in the series, which was April, and she was holding a Mickey shaped lollipop. And then for May, we've got a Mickey milkshake. And then for June, we've got a donut. For July, we've got a shaved ice. For August, we've got a Dole Whip. For September, we've got a candy apple. For October, she's holding a churro. For November, she's got a Mickey gingerbread man. And for December, she's got a hot chocolate. So I did rank these a couple of weeks ago when I intended to film it. As well as pushing the video back, I kept pushing back when I'd film it as well, because I've had hauls to do, plush reviews to do. And actually, we probably needed a little bit of a break from this kind of content, didn't we? Because I had 2 Stitch Tack Snacks videos in December so that I could show you the entire collection before 2024 was done. So a couple of weeks ago, I put them all out on my bed because I just need to kind of see them all to be able to rank them. And because I didn't want to do this on the spot, I actually wrote down my ranking for all of them. Hopefully you can't pause to read all that, but if you can, you've just spoiled this video for yourself. So I am going to start with the angels, and hopefully that won't give away my ranking of the stitches. So coming in dead last, number 9 is the shaved ice. This was the 4th in the collection. I wouldn't say that it's been executed very well. I just didn't really like this one because I don't think shaved ice is that popular of a snack, and whenever I've seen it, it's been in a flat cup, not a cone. But I do like how they added the little hidden Mickeys to it. You'll just see from the rest of my ranking that I prefer the snacks that are like Mickey shaped and some detail has gone into them. I don't know whether I just didn't like the colours of it or that I didn't like the snack itself. Either way, I wasn't a massive fan of this one. And then coming in 8th place is the last one, the hot chocolate one. You might be a little bit shocked by this one because they did put the Mickey marshmallow on it, but I just really didn't like that it was orange. I would have preferred it to be red. I did say this in my review of it, and it doesn't help that I've got a wonky one as well, so her head is tilted to the side when it shouldn't be. But that doesn't play into it because I do have another one that's higher up that has a really wonky head as well. Unfortunately, this is just what happens when you buy them online, and I don't really like dealing with Disney's customer service, so I'm not gonna complain and send it back and get a replacement because it's just too much hassle on my end. Coming in 7th place, we've got the Mickey milkshake. This was the 2nd in the collection. It is shaped like Mickey Mouse. I just didn't particularly think a milkshake counts as a snack. It's more of a drink. That's probably why I ranked the hot chocolate so low as well, but it is cute. It's just there are far better ones in this collection, I'll be honest. And then I feel really mean for this one, but I always say with my rankings that like top 3 and bottom 3 are like definites. I didn't have a problem placing them, but the middle is always a bit ropey, so this is where we get a bit like I could change them based on the day, which is why I planned it in advance, because I'd just be changing my mind all through this video if I didn't. But coming in 6th place is the first one, the lollipop. I do really love the lollipop. I think her hands look really awkward. They've got one that's holding the lollipop, but then there's just one placed by the lollipop, and I think it looks really awkward. I don't like it, but I did love the Mickey shaped lollipop, and it was a nice one to start with. It's just there's better ones in this collection. And then coming in 5th place, another one where I've got a slightly tilted head. I had really bad luck with my angels actually. This is the 6th in the collection, which was the candy apple. I do really like the candy apple, but I would have liked hers to be mini, because you'll see with some of them that they did change her slightly to differ from Stitch, and I think it should have been a Minnie Mouse candy apple that she was holding. Coming in 4th place, the churro. I did really like the churro collection, but I think they could have had her eating it instead of just putting it near her ear. It's really strange. I get that she's excited to have the churro, but they could have easily pointed it so that she's actually eating it. And then the top 3 was a lot easier to decide on. So coming in 3rd place is the 8th one in the collection, which was the gingerbread. I really loved that she was holding hers the right way round and it was missing an ear. Stitch's is missing a leg and he's upside down, so I really like how they made them differ, and I just love that it was a Mickey gingerbread. Again, they could have made it a mini gingerbread, but I don't mind too much because they did make it differ from Stitch. And then coming in 2nd place is the 3rd one in the collection, which was the donut. Again, this is one where I've got a tilted head. I had really bad luck with my angels. Now that I see them all together, I realise that, but I really loved that they gave her a pink donut to go with Stitch's brown one. I would have preferred his to be blue just because I really love a blue donut, but I love this one. It goes so well with her colouring, and even though it's not a Mickey shaped donut, it's still a really fun Disney treat. So if you've been paying attention, you know which one is first, and I'm pretty sure that at the time I told you it might be my favourite, but my favourite is the 5th in the collection, which is the Dole Whip. I really love a Dole Whip anyway. I wouldn't say it's my favourite snack, but it's up there. Her hands are kind of awkwardly holding it, but you don't notice it too much because you are paying attention to the Dole Whip. I did moan at the time that she didn't have a spoon, but I just really like the execution of this one. And then we're going to go on to the stitches. Obviously this one's a lot harder because I need to lay them all out in front of me and make sure I pick them up in the right order. They are all in a bag in the order that they came out in. So I'm going to quickly show you the full collection in order, and then we're going to go through the ranking. So starting off strong, we've got January, which is a pretzel. I'm actually really upset that we didn't get the first 3 for Angel, as they were some really fun snacks. And then we've got February, which was popcorn, and then March was a macaron. I think Angel would have looked so cute with a little Mickey macaron. And then these are the ones that match the Angels. So for April, we've got a Mickey shaped lollipop. For May, we've got the Mickey milkshake. For June, we've got the donuts. For July, we've got the shaved ice. For August, we've got the Dole Whip. For September, we've got the toffee apple. For October, we've got the churro. For November, we've got the Mickey gingerbread. And for December, we've got the hot chocolate. So it's a real shame looking at the stitches, because that is the full collection that we could have had with Angel. I just do not know what happened with that. I suppose we'll never know, unless someone works for Disney and wants to drop in my DMs and tell me what the heck happened, because I don't understand how they thought this was a good business idea. It's going to look okay, I think, when I display them, because how I'm thinking of displaying them, I'll put the Angels in between the stitches so they don't block the stitches. But once they announced Angel, I knew that they couldn't go on my shelves, because I just have a random shelf that only has 9 when it should have 12. But you never know. If this shelf thing doesn't work, I might have to find a way to get them on these shelves, you don't know. But let's get into my ranking of these stitches. Like I said before with Angel, the bottom 3 and the top 3 are always really easy, and then the middle could just change daily. So I'm going to go with what I picked 2 weeks ago, just to make this a bit easier for me. But if your opinion does differ, that is okay. Let me know in the comments, I would love to know, but please don't hate me for my opinion. So coming in dead last is the 5th one, the milkshake. You may remember from my video at the time, I just hated his eyes. I think it gave him a stoned look. I've never seen anyone drink a milkshake with their eyes half closed before. I just did not like it. Still bought it because I'm a completionist, but didn't like it. And then, like I said, I did this after the Angels because some of them are very similar to the Angels, but obviously because there's 3 more, it's going to be anyone's guess where those things place. But coming in second to last is the shaved ice. Again, I just don't like the colouring. I don't particularly like shaved ice anyway, and it's just a really boring one, unfortunately. And then there will be some rankings that surprise you, I'm sure. So coming in 10th place is the 6th one, which is the donut. You might be thinking, why is the donut second in my ranking of the Angels, and why is it 10th in my ranking of the stitches? But that stoned eye is back, and I don't like that stoned eye. And I also think, to match his colouring, the donut could have been blue, because we do have blue iced donuts. Dunkin' does them, for example, so it would have looked a lot better with his colouring. And there is a blue donut on his shirt, so they should have just done a blue donut, I think. Coming in 9th place is the 3rd one, so this is the first one that wasn't in my Angel ranking, and it's the macaron. I do like it, but the macaron is really small, and they had just reused his sculpt from the popcorn one, I think, and the pretzel one where he's just got an open mouth. They could have took a bite out of the macaron like they did with the gingerbread later down the line. It just could have been executed better, basically. And then coming in 8th place was the last one, the hot chocolate one. I do like that they've put cream on his nose and his upper lip, and they have got the Mickey Mouse marshmallow, but I just don't like that the mug is orange. I still think it should have been red, or at least they should have made this one November's then, because the December one should have been really Christmassy in my opinion. And then coming in 7th is the OG, the pretzel. I did really like that they started with a pretzel, although it doesn't look like a Mickey pretzel really. I don't think it looks obvious enough that it's a Mickey pretzel because his hands are kind of in the way. You kind of have to move them to show you that yes, it is a Mickey pretzel. And now that we've seen plushes where he's taken a bite out of things, I really think they could have done something like that with this. And then coming in 6th place, we've got the 4th one, the lollipop. This was the first one with his ears both down, and I thought he looked really cute. And I love that they've added the tongue licking the lollipop. That's a really nice touch. I'm not sure about his eye, but at least it's not as bad as some of the other eyes. And then coming in 5th place was the 9th one, the candy apple. For this one, it works really well that it's the Mickey candy apple. I just think for the Angel one, it should have been the Minnie Mouse apple. I do have an unfortunate tilted head for this one, but that isn't changing my ranking of them because I do really like this one. And then coming in fourth is the 8th one, which is the Dole Whip. I really loved that they'd given him a spoon, but I don't know why he's sticking it in his ear. I like that he's got a little tongue sticking out as well. It probably would have looked better if it was nearer the spoon, but I do love a Dole Whip and I love this plush. And then coming in third place is the popcorn. I absolutely love that they put little bits of popcorn on his head and in his hand. It's a bit weird that he's not holding the popcorn at all. Both hands are in the air. He probably should have had his left hand down around the popcorn because it just kind of sits awkwardly at his belly, but it is a really, really cute plush and I just love the extra bits of popcorn. And then we're in the top 2. In second place is the 11th, which is the gingerbread man. I love that the gingerbread is upside down and his foot's missing. It just shows that Stitch doesn't play by the rules. He's holding it upside down, he's eating it upside down. I love that both of his ears are down. It makes him look really innocent and I just think it's a really beautiful plush. But my favourite, and I think I told you at the time it might be my favourite, was the 10th, which was the churro. I really love that they gave him some 3D teeth and made him look like he was eating the churro. He's got that awkward eye again, but he is biting from one side of his mouth, so that's to be expected. And I think the churro is done really well. It looks really realistic. So this one is my favourite. So that is my ranking of all of the Stitch Tech Snacks, Stitch and Angel plushes. I really hope you enjoyed hearing what I thought of them. Please let me know what you think of them down in the comments. All we've got to do now is try and put them on that shelf. I don't know as they'll all fit. It is quite a long shelf, so when I put my Squishmallows on it for Christmas, I could have big Squishmallows and then little Squishmallows in front of it. So it is quite wide. It just might have to be longer to fit 12 along it, but we're gonna give it a go now and let's see if it works. I really hope it does because I really don't want to have to move these around to fit them on. So the vision was to have all 12 of the stitches at the back of the shelf and then the 9 angels kind of in between so that you could still see everybody's heads, but that didn't work out, so I've had to put the angels on the top of the sofa. So I posted the finished result to Instagram and a lot of you were very happy with it, but even though I did not ask for advice, I had 2 people telling me that I should put a second shelf in, but that shelf would have to be so low to match the height of the one above that I wouldn't be able to display my Squishmallows and some of those plush boxes anymore. So this is how it's going to be until probably we put the Easter plush out, because I don't think there'll be room for the angels anymore, but I'll figure it out. And that is it from me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did and comment down below what you thought of these plushes and this collection. I'll be back on Tuesday for another video, so have a wonderful weekend and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye friends!